February 19, 2:38 p.m. Briar Road. Looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigation. Perfect. Let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at his silver tip. That silver tip Iris gave us for him. Bum bum. Bum. How are you, sir? Oh, we can't talk to you again? Okay. Bum. There you go. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? Sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts, that's for sure. We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson. What? For me? From her ladyship? Her ladyship? Get that here at once! Come on, hand it over. That's for me. Ah! Don't wait for me to give it to you. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? What is it? Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? I don't know what that is. This fancy English talk? What was that coin exactly? A silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's an appearance fee, that's what it is. An appearance fee? Oh, I see. You mean... That's right, for the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me every time. Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly. Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you. Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know then? Sorry? Tell that gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that it won't be a problem, it says. Very obviously, it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know? Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsumi's lodging. The little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fellow? He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there. Look! The first floor of that house in the corner where the wreck of a bicycle's propped up. That is nearby indeed. If I remember rightly, the landlord is Mr. John Garrideb? Right, well, if you see her again, make sure you give her... Jesus, I can't read today. If you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it. You tell her. The Gregson sends her very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector, we will. Goodbye for now, then. And long live her ladyship. I accidentally gave him, like, a maelstrom voice. Maelstrom heart. At least he told us that we wanted to know before he left. Yes. So then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsumi's lodgings? Definitely. Yo, music? Music Boppy? Lodging of Mr. Soseki Natsumi. According to his information gleaned from Inspector Gregson, we still haven't been here yet. I wonder what awaits us. Excuse me. 19th of February, Mr. Natsumi's lodging. May I? Oh. May I help? May I? I want to get really good. May I help you? Yes, would this be the residence of Mr. John Garrideb? Indeed it would, sir, and who may I say is calling? My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The Naruhodo is representing Mr. Soseki Natsumi. I believe he takes lodging here? We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. Bro, she do be bopping. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garrideb. You that, Miss Suzuto? That was a real-life English maid. I know. As I understand it, anyone standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But there's the first time I've seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better. Certainly feels like we're really arrived. Feels like we really arrived now, doesn't it? We only need to meet a butler, and the experience will be complete. I'm not sure if I'll go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Thank you for waiting. There's a Gaga with you now. This way. Good music, good music. How are you? That's a cannon. That's a full-sized cannon. What's it doing in here? Oh my, it's real. I thought it might be a replica. I don't think that little more than a toy. Sorry? The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. Really? Isn't it overkill? Be prepared, I always say. You never know what the twisted world's gonna throw at you next, boy. You think there might be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrideb? Always is. Take Joan here. Never fails to have a clean apron in reserve. Drives them over the barrel, you see. They drive very well in the cannon here, Joan tells me. Which rather proves my point, I feel. Been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging his head in shame. The uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? It's clearly been well looked after, though. I want to give him a different voice, but I need to make him sound older. That old thing, bah, not much better than rags, really. I want to give him that kind of voice, but I just need to make it sound older and more frail. But he is a soldier. I know that. I remember that. Or he was Marine. He was not Marine, he was Army. Whatever the fucking English call their their army. Oh? Wore that ceremonial garb in my retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past. Me would rather gladly throw it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't hurt to have the old odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. It looks like a Medal of Honor with a U. Ryunosuke, with a U! And it's showcased on a very grand banner. Yes, it's displayed with some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight. What? That old thing... Sorry? I should be glad to see that back of it. That general wouldn't turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keep the bally thing out of my way. So it's just been polished to a shine by accident, I suppose. There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself. Look! Let me see. It says, for distinguished participation. Sounds like the kind of honors with the U even I could be in line for. Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I will be given that for my time in the army. Like that, I like that. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals to his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles. Oh god, there's a left side. What the frick? Someone was on fire here. Look at that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder? I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek. Maybe let's not, Miss Suzuto. I think the maid is gonna head us off with a cup of coffee. What a wacky place. This crocker on display here, it's rather unusual, isn't it? Oh my, a genuine London dresser. Isn't it delightful? Although the shelves seem to be broken and the crockery is, oh dear, it's in pieces. It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that chinaware justice. Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it. Yes, probably something like that. But let's not delve too deeply here. Oh, look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Lined up? Looks more like someone had half demolished them to me. Tea is a time of indulgence, you know. That's quite the English way. It is Mr. Gary Debb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute though. There's at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Well, naturally, it would never do to waste the. It would never do. It would never do to waste the leftovers. So whenever Miss Gary Deb doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up. How magnanimous of you. I don't know what that word means, but I pronounced it flawlessly, I would say. Oh, I have to inspect it then. Whoopsie-daisy. Good day to you, Joan Caradeb at your service. Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's the defense lawyer. Do excuse me not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of Maiwand. Maiwand? Don't you know? Earned a medal for my pains, but I have to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-coming... Oh, he's a retired soldier. The hell of a job getting up and downstairs now. I can't tell you. Don't get out of much, as you can imagine. Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the 2nd floor, isn't it? I was painting on the top of the stairs. You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naruhodo. Do you think so? Well, Mr. Garadab, no doubt you were very courageous. Earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. That was just a folder roll. Folder roll? All right, this is look up time. Folder roll. Folderol. Folderol. Medal's just a folderol, really. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joan, to let these good people see it properly? Joan, fetch the... Ah! Dashed woman, be careful. Oh, dearie me, I do beg your pardon, sir. Charlie nearly took the skin off my hands. I shall be more careful, sir. I do remember this. I don't know if it's like... If you ever played Investigations 2, there's this... I forgot their names, but it's like a nurse and like a doctor. And there's apparently a gimmick. There's like a comedy duo. I don't know if applies to these two, but it's like they always take turns attacking each other, like secretly, where you can maybe mistake it as an accident, but they do it like all the time. Like they both just keep hitting each other, but it looks like it's an accident on the outside. But I don't know if I don't know. I don't remember him attacking the maid at all. So maybe I'm just wrong. But anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now. Yes, I see. Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs. Is that right? Yes, we would very be grateful if you could answer some questions for us. Only 2, please, naturally, especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blightly. You forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I am sure you are aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were. Oh, is it? Where ever heard that before? And had some famous detective poking around, you know? In the old house, would you believe? Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. I've completely divulged his voice. His voice is dissolved. Oh, but you have a copy of Rat's magazine here, so... no. Anyways, he's half investigating the floor in this room as we speak. Oh, he's in Soseki's room. Soseki-san's room. The bally nuisance, it is what it is. It's a... it's a bally nuisance, it is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching in curtains now. I don't like all this fuss, it's jolly upsetting. About Mr. Natsumi then, Mr. Gerdeb, please do tell us. Yes, the Japanese chap only been lodging here for a week. Oh, just 1 week? They moved in very recently then? 2 lodges most of the time, one on the ground floor and one just below us. First floor became available a week ago, you see. There's been Dash it all, Joan, do be careful. Oh my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir. You wanna know my opinion? I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. Oh? Why? He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man is shady written across his sweaty-choked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later he's gonna do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything. We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. Is there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all? Yes, oh yes, indeed there was. And she's dying to tell us. She's a dodgy lodger. Have you ever known? Oh, my bad, that was the maid. Have you noticed anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Natsumi? Oh my life, yes, the man was shady in an orchard. Orchard. Could you elaborate? Well, take the man's room, absolutely stuffed full of books it is. More than anyone could ever read. And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots out to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. The funny little man is up long past time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too. The funny little man. Oh, I see. The gentleman on the ground floor gets to bed at around 9 each night. I've never known the Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Ah. Oh, he got the gamer schedule. Could you clarify something, I wonder? What, pray? What, pray? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsumi's routine? Oh. I'd understand that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house, is that correct? That's right, they're both below us, on the first floor and street level. Oh, right, they have fucking ground floor, what a bunch of Yeah, cause in the- wait. No, please, this is gonna confuse me. No, this is, okay, now on, this is the 3rd floor. They have the 2nd floor, and Natsumi's on the 1st floor. Can't convince me otherwise. And how is it you know so, oh wait, and how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example, even the times they go to bed. Ah! Good grief, Joan, be more careful, woman. Oh my goodness, sir, I'm terribly sorry, sir. Something doesn't add up here. What a bunch of wacky people. Seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out the window at around that time? The window. Yes, we've noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. My voice is cracking. Oh no. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? 5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garadeb household. I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan? No, sir, it would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I think it would have been quite impossible to see this side of the road. Oh, I see. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then? Such as... anything at all, even if it seemed unrelated. Well... yes, was there something then? Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but around that sort of time and here and there... Ah! For the love of God, Joan, watch what you're doing! Oh, dearie me, what have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir. You're a careful woman. It seems like she's doing it to shut him up. Of course, sir. My may, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all. Oh, really? The Garadeb? The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been. Oh, well, as I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really. Nothing of... Oh, my dear God! Joe, dash it all! What is the matter with you, woman? Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened. Yeah, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. Joan? That's right, Mr. Garadeb. What is the matter with these two? Sounds like something happened here in the room on the evening of the incident. But what? I wish I knew. Could you tell us what floor Mr. Natsumi's room is on? Why, certainly. Just below us on the first floor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating there even as we speak. Yes, told Mr. Natsu's name, had asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. Mr. Natsumi? Mr. Natsumi has engaged Mr. Sholmes' services? That's a blatant lie. Be alright if we had a look around? In Mr. Natsumi's room, I mean. Don't see why not. Just sat down one flight of stairs. 2 flights of stairs. No, 1 flight of stairs. Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we'll have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we? Yes, and while we're here, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more. Wacky. I literally remember nothing about it. I remember these two. Let me drink a bit of water.